Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Laurie Wondra. Laurie is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, this is Laurie Wondra, and thank you for listening. Well, the energies remain intense, and you may be feeling like a flood of emotions as we continue clearing away the things that we've dredged up over the last 6 months, and maybe some of us have been working on things for years, releasing and making room for new. At times, you may feel as if you're being swept away in uncontrollable emotions on a path or direction that is untraveled or new. And there's truth to that statement. You may question, what path are you on? You might be holding desperately to a past only because you know what it is. Not that you like where you've been, but more afraid to let go and let be, and what might be ahead is the unknown. That just sounds like a wild ride on a roller coaster for some, and you may find it utterly frightening or totally exhilarating. You might be tired or done with the roller coaster, and certainly you might be tired of hearing about the intensity of this energy. Today I want to talk about what are we waiting for, especially as we are preparing for the summer portals. These are the portals of opportunities. And the question that the universe poses to us is, what are you waiting for? Choosing how you are going to feel during the push of this energy. It's portal and vortex energy that are flinging us out to these places we've not been before, as a way to have us experience things we've only been too afraid or reserved to attempt. This is a time to be bold and brave and learn about your resilient soul. Many of you have been asking for these changes, and it's become a pent-up flow, now overflowing and pushing. Many of you have been asking to be done with whatever is or has been irritating you, or what has been holding you back. You're feeling the pulses of the universe pushing you forward, giving birth to something new. Yet, fear might have you gripped into holding on to the past. The portals are meant to clear old energies and have been wide open this year, and so are the portals of opportunity. You might think as a portal as one thing that's available for all, but depending on where you are, what you're working on, what your journey is, you will have access to different portals. And you, as a human, always have choices whether you step through or into those portals, or if you pass them by. So have you been taking advantage of the portals of healing, of understanding ancestral wounds, and the gifts that come with healing those wounds? Have you accessed the wide range of opportunities? Have you listened to the guidance of the universe and planted seeds for your future that are aligned to your soul? Maybe you've planted seeds and you don't know what's going to grow, but you trust that the universe is leading you. Have you left behind beliefs that create roadblocks for you? Have you weathered the storms and are now more aware of your gifts, your resiliency, and certainly your drive? Be prepared for the universe to deliver some unexpected twists and turns in the roads in the months ahead. Whether you are aware or not, you have been planting seeds for your future in your language, your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions. Those come in the form of thoughts or words around, I wish I could do this. I wish I could stop doing that. I wish I had this. I wish I had done that. I wish, I want, I desire, I hope. Those are all opening language for the universe to deliver upon. The universe will begin to deliver those things in the form of opportunity because it still needs to be our decision. It's not going to be plopped in front of you, but it's going to be opportunities that then you get to decide. It allows you time to adjust, to weed out and reseed what might be more fitting for you. Or if you've decided not to take a leap through a portal, the universe will back off for a time Don't get frustrated with that because that too is what you've been asking for. An example would be a dream or a desire that you might have had maybe, let's say 4 or 5 years ago, and you seeded the universe in wishes and dreams and hopes and setting in intents. Maybe it's a variation of it. But the truth is in that time, you have changed. And those wishes that you maybe made 4 years ago might no longer match with where you are. You may decide now to not follow that dream as it doesn't apply, but it still will show up as an option because you've communicated it out to the universe at some point. This is what I want. In some cases, the universe will auto-correct what you've asked for and what is actually part of your soul plan, but in some cases, you still get to decide. And this is where the unexpected tend to sweep us away or leave us confused or pondering or wondering, should I take this action? Should I step away? Opportunities abound. So what are you waiting for? Is there a right or wrong answer, or there is just a do answer? That's a huge question, but the universe will continue to ask you in the upcoming months, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the universe to decide? Are you waiting for someone else to make that decision because it's too scary or confusing to make the decision yourself? Have you been responsible for your decisions, your actions, and the direction without waiting for someone else to make it? What holds you back from change, from growth, from peace, from calm, from becoming? Declare now and let's begin, because the energies will remain intense. Some of you may be in the perfect emotional storm or the perfect mental storm, yet maybe you felt too this huge flood of emotions, an unexpected release, or a wave of restlessness that's really been hard to pinpoint or to name. This is not just stress. It's transformation. It's transmutation of one energy to another, from one vibration to another. It's the deep stuff surfacing, moving from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. And that's work. The old patterns, the beliefs, the relationships, the dreams are coming up for review, for action, for movement. And over the last 6 months, consciously or not, we've stirred the pot. We've called out for more. I want this to start. I want that to stop. I want more of this or less than that. And now we're standing in the very energy we asked for. Change. But it doesn't always come wrapped in a nice package with clarity and comfort. It can feel like you're being swept down a raging river that you didn't even plan to cross. At times, that is terrifying. And other times, it's exhilarating. Do you like white water rafting? Maybe you don't. That can either be exhilarating for some or the most terrifying thing ever for others. We've been asked to walk a path that feels untraveled, unknown. As we've healed our ancestral wounds and our soul wounds, we create new pathways. And sometimes the mind resists. The heart clings to the familiar because even if the past wasn't perfect, our humanness, our minds, and our hearts say, well, at least it was known. It's comfortable. Let's pause here and ask, why do we wait? We wait because we're scared. We wait for the timing to be perfect. Yet it never really is perfect because there is no such thing as perfection and perfect. We wait for clarity, but clarity is often born from movement, not stillness. And sometimes we wait because it's easier to fantasize about change than to actually risk the reality of it. Sometimes we wait because we don't want to leave people behind or we don't want to disappoint anyone. We wait for timing, for clarity, for permission. We wait because we're afraid to choose wrong. There is no wrong. There's always just as it is. We might be afraid to outgrow what we've outlived. We wait because the unknown is uncomfortable, because even pain, if familiar, can feel like safety. But what if the waiting isn't protecting you anymore? What if it's holding you back? We wait because we're human, and fear is part of the human experience. But do we wait too long? That this waiting becomes its own form of suffering. I'm tired of waiting. So I ask you now, gently, without judgment, what are you waiting for? Is it permission? Is it a sign? Is it someone else to decide for you? Let that question land in your body. What are you waiting for? Take a deep breath. You may even pause this podcast and sit for a moment. Give yourself some time to just breathe in that question, those words. Take a moment. Place your hand on your heart and ask yourself softly, what part of me is ready to move forward even if it's afraid? You don't need to have the answer perfect, or you don't have to have the answer right now, but just ask, because the soul is always listening and the universe is always listening. And the universe is asking you right now, what are you waiting for? It's waiting for you to answer. What are you waiting for? Let's talk about the seeds we've been planting, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unknowingly. Every thought, every emotion, every spoken word is a seed. Now the universe is beginning to deliver. Some of these seeds were planted years ago. A dream, a desire, a longing. And again, you've changed since that seed has been planted. And that thing you once wanted may no longer fit with who you are now. Do you have a fear of a dream coming true and you just have to take action because you dreamed it? Now I have to follow through on my dream, but it might not fit where you are. Sometimes the universe delivers what we used to want, just to show us how far we've come. Other times it delivers a twist, a variation of that wish or dream, something that fits our current path more clearly than our past dream ever could. That's the unexpected. And that's why we feel it's unexpected, why the timing feels strange, why you might be overwhelmed even by your own prayers or desires or wishes being answered. It might take you back to what you've healed, or it might take you back to a version of yourself that you had totally forgotten about. Are you feeling fear? Are my words triggering anything within you that might be holding you back? This is the opportunity to let it go. Fear does not always show up loudly. It wears disguises. It pretends to be logical. It whispers things like, be realistic. Don't be foolish. Wait just a little bit longer. You can't possibly do this now. And many more whispers that are floating through your mental brain, your mental energy field. And yet, while fear pretends to protect us, it holds us hostage. This moment in time, this energetic time, these portals that are opening are pushing us to let go of the things that hold us back and push us into a lighter, buoyant energy that moves us forward. The pulse of the universe is undeniable. There is so much light coming into the planet now. And many of us are being flung forward, not by accident, but by divine design. Find your fear. Ask yourself, what disguise is my fear wearing today? What whispers am I hearing in my brain? Again, there's no need to answer right away. Just be curious. Awareness is power, and I invite you to take time to sit with these questions. So here we are, standing in the middle of a great shift. Old cycles are closing. New doors and new cycles are opening. And are you aware? Are you taking advantage of this energy? Letting go is not about giving up. It's about creating space for healing, for clarity, for alignment. What holds us back isn't always loud. It's subtle. It shows up in habits and thoughts, people-pleasing actions, guilt. Sometimes it's that lingering belief that we're just not ready, or it's not for us, or we're not good enough. But here's the truth. You are amazing. You are great. And you are allowed to outgrow your past. You are allowed. In fact, the universe insists on it, that you continue to evolve and understands that those things you wished for in the past might not apply. You're allowed to leave behind the old version of you that survived, but now you're in thriving moment. This is a new version of you where you can thrive. Then it's about finding your direction, because awakening without direction can leave us feeling overwhelmed. Our compasses get reset. You know something's changing. You feel the pull, but now what? So here are 5 gentle but very powerful actions to help you find your way forward. 1, create stillness. Before rushing into the next thing, pause. Direction often emerges in silence. Try just 5 minutes a day with no noise, no scrolling on your phones or your computers, no fixing or running or gotta get this last task done. Just be. You'll be amazed what your soul will say when it finally has space to speak and your humanness has space to hear. Number 2, journal without editing. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of right now? What have I outgrown? What would I try if I trusted myself completely? And just let your pen flow. Don't overthink. The clarity you're seeking is often just beneath the surface. Don't worry about legibility and, oh my gosh, I can't keep up writing or my writing is sloppy. Just allow the energy to flow, because believe me, your mind is working also while you're writing. And if you don't feel like writing, then speak into a recorder and listen back to your words. Now, your phones are all equipped with recorders. You talk to yourself when you have racing thoughts or you're focused on problem solving. Your mind is a grand thing. So maybe vocalizing what's happening in your thoughts. Speak out loud, but more importantly, listen to what you're speaking. Number 3, create a not anymore list. Before you define what you're going to do, what you're going to get clear on, or what you've done with, list everything that you are no longer willing to carry. Habits, beliefs, patterns, relationships, roles. Even if you don't know what comes next, honoring what's complete helps make room for what's becoming. Each year in budgeting and planning, when I was in corporate America, I would ask my teams, what do you want to start doing? But more importantly, what do you want to stop doing? I find myself doing that also at the end of the year. But in reality, you don't have to wait till the end of the year. It's the stopping that we often forget. We are great at adding stuff to our plates. We add and add and add, and we say, I want to do this and this and this. Our to-do lists get crazy long. But when do you stop and pause and create the list of not anymore? What doesn't make sense for you anymore? There's pent-up energy in things that we hold on to, and this is another opportunity for you to release that pent-up energy. Stuff you didn't even know was stuck there. You get to let it go. 4, visualize a new day. Close your eyes and imagine waking up in a version of life where you feel aligned, energized, peaceful. Where are you? What are you doing first thing in the morning? Oftentimes we wake up and we acknowledge very quickly how tired we are, or I don't want to go to work today, or I don't want to do this. Change that thought pattern. Notice how you're waking up. How do you feel? Acknowledge that you're waking up energized. You're waking up peaceful and hopeful for this new day. Notice who's around you. Let yourself feel that version of life, not just as a dream, but as a map for you going forward. You're not fantasizing. You are remembering what's possible. There is no reason you can't dream a new day, but start now. And number 5, take one brave step. Doesn't have to be a big one. It just has to be yours. Maybe it's making a phone call. Maybe it's saying no to something that you've been tolerating, or saying yes to something you've been afraid of. Maybe it's starting the thing you've been talking about for years. Bravery isn't loud, but it is consistent. Now the fog begins to lift around us when we meet it with presence. Be here now with any confusing thoughts or foggy thoughts. Know that action creates movement, and movement clears fear. And that movement, however small, starts to reveal your direction. So ask yourself this question: what is one small, soulful step I can take towards the life I feel calling to me? Write it down, speak it out loud, and take it. Take that step today if you can. The energy that you are feeling right now is not punishing you. It has purpose. Whatever it is perfect for where, what, and why. This is your time. This is your time to reassess, to realign, to recommit. So I'll ask again, what are you waiting for? Breathe that question in and let it go to wherever it wants to go in your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual plane, because deep down, you already know the answer. Now, in closing, let this be your reminder that the universe is not working against you. You are never alone. You have helpers, teachers, wisdom keepers, healers all around you in the etheric worlds, in the vibrational fields, ready to step in and help you. They're responding to your soul's requests, your human thoughts, your human vibration, even the ones you've whispered when no one was listening. Be brave, be gentle, be curious, and when in doubt, come back to the simplest truth. You are not here to repeat the past. You're here to learn, to rise, to heal, to explore, to expand, transmute, transform. I want to thank you for sharing this space with me. Let the rest of this day unfold with presence and trust. Have no fear with sitting with the questions that are before you. And if you need to listen again, this moment will be here waiting for you. I'm Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core. Be blessed as you go forward, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Laurie Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Laurie also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.